Isn't it nice to have game audio again? I'm sorry about last episode. I always at the beginning of every episode, I sync my audio for all the different sources I have, and for that I do need to mute the game audio. I forgot to turn it back on in the recording. So in today's episode, we're going to move on with our lives, and we're going to be doing quite a lot more wild battles and trainer battles before we get to Veilstone City for the next gym, and that's a Poliwrath, which is a dupe's claws, because we have a Poliwag in the box. Even a Poliwag that is still alive to this day, as a matter of fact. It's N64. It's a Gen 1 capture. It's really kind of impressive that it's still alive, all things considered. I'm going to try to fight as few trainers as... You're gonna be on the team! You are gonna be on the team. Maybe not right away, but you're gonna be on the team. You're gonna be a Garchomp and you're gonna be amazing. I love it. Wow. You're gonna be my new all-star. You're going to be, and I know what I'm gonna call you, because remember when we had a Vibrava called Chomp after Garchomp? We're definitely going to call this Gible. How can we make like Vibrava, Trapinch, Flygon's name? I don't think that'll really work. No, never mind. We'll just call him Lanchog or something stupid like that. I don't know if we're actually gonna catch it now. So let's first worry about actually catching the Gible before we start thinking of nicknames, because that's actually going to be a fairly difficult task to do, especially since it's going to hurt itself with Takedown. That might not be particularly great for me. Yeah, I don't think we potentially are going to get this Gible, which would be really... No! You already have Dragon Rage at level 19. That is not good for me at all. That's not a matter of I was using the speed button so something died. That is a matter of I didn't expect you to have Dragon Rage at level 19. Use Takedown. Use Takedown. I can't damage you, but you can damage you. Please, for the love of God. Don't use Dragon Rage again, though. I'll let you use it once you're on my team. Every time I get so close, I get 3 movements in and then it just breaks out. It is possible. We got it. We lost a Pokemon, but we got it, which... That's actually probably cause for me to, between this episode and next episode, reorganize the team like in its entirety. Because we need a new fire type, which is probably going to be normal, which means that we're probably not going to need a rock type anymore, which means that Probopass is going to get kicked off the team, which means that one spot opens up, which might actually end up being Gible. I'll see. We're going to call you... you're a female Gible. Let's go with... I don't think we've had a Sarah yet, right? Let's go with Sarah. Why Sarah? I have no idea. It's just the first female name that came into my mind. Do you spell... I mean, I know the answer is it depends on the person. But, like, what is your default perception of the name Sarah? Do you spell Sarah with an H or without an H? Because both are proper spellings, for sure. But sometimes, I mean, I even know 2 different Sarahs. One with an H and one without an H, I think. Maybe both of them are without an H. Worst part of that is one of them is my niece. So, I really should know that. But I don't know the spelling of that name in particular. I always think of Sarah as a name that has like a variation on it, which is pronounced the exact same way. Because I honestly, when I think of the name Sarah, I think of S-A-R-A. I always think that Sarah with an H, not to say that that name is wrong, but I always think that there's a modification on the original name. While in reality, it's probably the other way around. Probably Sarah with an H is the original name, and Sarah without an H is just like a shortened version of it. Because people are lazy and don't want to write out a full name. That is what I'm guessing. That's... again, I'm not saying this is rational at all. As a matter of... Oh, come on! There's a lot of good Pokemon on here. Holy crap. That is a Gallade. We got a Gible, but we probably couldn't have gotten the Gallade, let's be honest. We probably want to have more Pokeballs, don't we? Because we're about to enter yet another route. Because these two routes, officially speaking, Omastar wouldn't have been bad either. This is a really good route. Officially speaking, this route we're on right now is, I think, to 10. It goes up into the foggy part. We're probably going to count that as a separate route because it's got an entirely different catch list and way higher level Pokemon. So there's going to be a little bit of pinwheel claws there, but going to the right, we actually get into Route 211, which is a separate route, which always just felt kind of weird. It feels like this route and then going to the right should be one route, and then going into the foggy part, that should be a different route. But that's not how that works, apparently. I don't know why. It just doesn't work that way, and we'll kind of have to deal with that. So, how have you guys been? I'm going to have to grind after this episode because I'm going to have to rebalance my entire team. But other than that, I'm feeling kind of good. I haven't done a lot of work today because it's been a fairly slow day. It's Monday as I'm recording this, which means that my weekly work hasn't been provided to me yet, so I can't start with that until probably so many good Pokemon. Until I get that provided to me, which will either be later this afternoon or evening, or potentially tomorrow, or maybe even later if I'm unlucky. And my daily work has not been provided to me either, even though it's almost 4 o'clock. It's Route 150, which is a really weird number after Route 110. Maybe that last route wasn't 110. Our encounter for this route, however, is going to be a Dupes Claws Croconaw. I'm not even going to kill you, out of respect for Bob. Our second encounter is going to be a Vulpix. We just got a Fire Stone last episode, so that actually checks out. We're not going to use it as a Fire type. Again, we've got the Numel, which is going to probably evolve into a camera before next gym, due to just grinding. This might kill it. Yeah, it killed it. I didn't think about it needing to survive. Do I have a Pokemon that can even learn False Swipe? I probably do. I imagine I do. I don't know. I feel like I do. I probably should bring that, if I do. Hello, Spiritomb. I literally can't do... I mean, I can roll out. Let's roll out, because Spiritomb can't do much against... Okay. It can do that. Never mind. Fairy types aren't a thing yet, so no worry in trying to get something super effective going here. Twitter, I guess, unless you put me to sleep as well, which you didn't. You hit that one. Everybody's going to be asleep by the end of this. Gellert, you're up next. I think after this battle we're actually going to have a fortress as well, which would be quite good for me. Twitter, please. Twitter Endeavor. What does Endeavor do again? I think that is an attack move that cuts down the foe's HP equal to the user's HP. It's part of the fear tactics. I guess we're never going to use Double Team, and Endeavor probably not either, but it could be more useful than Double Team. But seeing as how we're a quicker Pokemon, it's probably not going to be too useful. But we have Endeavor, we have Quick Attack, we could do some semi-fear strategies here, which would be... Only if I had a... I've got this flying type. Only if I had a fire type right now, I was going to say, not realizing that it's raining, so it wouldn't have mattered too much anyway. Just hope that we wake up soon. It's pretty much all we can do. Oh my, that did a lot of damage. What? That must have been a critical hit, because that is ridiculous. That was so much damage. Please wake up. Twitter. Twitter, we already lost one Pokemon today, and we're not even doing a gym. At all. So, please wake up. Twitter. Don't make me switch you out into somebody else that can't do anything. do I have, by any chance? I've got an awakening. I'll just use that. This might be the first time, like, ever I've used an awakening inside of battle. And that might not even be hyperbolic. That it might actually be. I might have used a Poke Flute before, but I don't think I've ever actually used an awakening. I'm using so many potions on a random goddamn Breloom. This is ridiculous. How is this Breloom so powerful? Thank you. We're gonna go back to the Pokemon Center right now, because half my team is either half dead or asleep. That's not true. I've got one Pokemon with a little bit of damage and one Pokemon that's asleep. It's not that bad. But bad enough for me to go back to the Pokemon Center, because there's a lot more battles to come soon. And we've only got like 15 or so minutes to make our way to Veilstone City. Again, because I'm still recording the facecam internally inside the camera, I can't do longer than 30-minute episodes at all. And hopefully that's going to change in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Which is not that soon, but not that ridiculously long either. And I probably won't do sudden like 1-hour episodes, because I didn't do that before. But at least I won't have the stress of not being able to do that, right? That is a huge thing for me. So because I make the order today to get my money from the online platforms I work through to my bank account, and that should like arrive in a couple of days, and then I need to like pay some bills with that money, and I need to like see food and kind of that stuff, right? And then if there's any money left, I can order a cable. There might not be any money left there, and I might have to wait for my next payment cycle, which can be really any time I want it to be, but there needs to be money for me to get paid with. So it probably will be like another week or 2 before that actually becomes relevant, because I'm not going to transfer money into my bank account if it's like $20. That is just wasteful, because they take a fee of that, right? So you want to always take as much as possible to make the fee relatively small. I mean, if you're transferring I think it's like a $1 or $2 fee. And if you're transferring like $20, that's like 10%, or maybe 5%, depending on if it's $1 or $2, I don't remember, of the entire amount, which is quite a lot. If you're transferring like $300, it's not that much in comparison. It's like less than 1% in either scenario, right? So I tend to try to like only transfer money into my bank account once or twice a month. Because of that, I know that even if I do it weekly, that like, wow, that doubles the amount of money, and you pay in fees from like $2 to maybe $4. Whoop-de-fucking do. But every dollar counts at the end of the day, right? And you might be thinking, hey, aren't you Dutch? You have euros. You don't use dollars. Actually, working through online freelancing platforms, I do get paid in dollars, and those get converted into euros when I transfer them into my bank account. So I do actually get paid in dollars most of the time, funnily enough, which is why I've been a little bit worried about the state of the country. Most of you guys, statistically, if my analytics are correct, live in, because that can't be good for the economy, which can't be good for the dollar, which then in turn isn't good for me because I get less euros for every dollar I earn. So honestly, financially speaking, in the short term, obviously in the long term it's going to be horrible if this happens, but financially speaking, it would be beneficial for me if the euro wouldn't be worth a lot. If like the euro crashes because like European economics go down, that's actually kind of good for me because I get more euros for every dollar I earn, right? Because most of the things I earn are in dollars. So actually that would be good for me. Then of course you have a kind of almost like butterfly effect, more like a domino effect, I guess. They're very close together. Where if the euro isn't worth that much, like just general living conditions and all that kind of stuff will go down, and things won't be good for like the entire European Union, including me. So obviously you don't want that. But in the short term, if like the euro crashes for like 2 months and then just restores itself, miraculously speaking, that would actually be kind of good for me, because that would give me quite a lot of money. And I've been, on the one hand side, I've been kind of hoping it happens just to have that story. On the other hand side, I really don't want that to happen, because even if that happens, it'll be a likely, I mean, I'm not an economist, obviously, but likely wouldn't be a very stable economy, I imagine. Let's take you on one at a time, because you're going to be problems otherwise. But I've been kind of afraid that the dollar in the United States is not doing very well at the moment. It's been, at the moment of me recording this, it's at a point where I think it's been the lowest since a year at this point, which is kind of scary. So, honestly, it's probably not gonna be that big of a deal, because frankly, if like the United States economy fucking implodes on itself, that's still going to have trickling down effects to the entire world, and the fact that my dollar to euro payment is going to be a little bit less than it is right now, it's probably going to be not very high up on the priority list for me for things to like worry about, right? Because that just, I don't know why I'm talking about economics in a fucking Pokemon video. What does this world come to? I am talking about money and economics in a video. No. That was really close. Oh no, that was really close. On another note, I just remembered I didn't, while editing the last video, I'm recording this on the same day. While editing the last video, I didn't actually make a little highlight for promotional purposes. I've actually been using Twitter and Facebook as well as the Discord server to like promote the videos a little bit. So I don't know how useful that's going to be yet, because as we're recording this, none of the promotional posts have gone up. But what I've been doing on both Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, actually my Instagram stories, is just putting like a 10 to 30-ish second long clip from the video with a link to the video. I can't do links in Instagram stories yet, and I'll not be able to for a while. But seeing as how the YouTube sub boxes are notoriously terrible, I figured let's diversify that a little bit. And I've been promoting those videos through Discord, obviously. Every time a video goes up, there's immediately a message in my Discord tagging everyone in the Discord with, "Hello, a new video just went up. If you want to go see it, here's the link." And that's been kind of good. But I figured let's do some different things. So I'm also, the day after they get uploaded, there's now a community post in the community tab on YouTube itself, which seems to be functioning a lot more stably than the actual upload notifications themselves, because I'm getting a lot more interactions on those. So I'm using those. I'm posting the same clips. I'm posting clips to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All links are down below in the description if you want to follow me there. I know this is now just turning into self-promotion for me, but it's also, I mean, the people who are watching this at this point, probably you've come here through the YouTube subbox, in which case for you it works, so you probably don't need that. But I've been thinking, like, why don't I use those platforms? And part of that is it going to be any useful to me? Maybe not. But honestly, right now I'm using a third-party service to schedule those posts, because otherwise I'm just gonna forget. So I've just included scheduling those posts for Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram into my process of uploading. I upload it, I write tags, I write a description, and I also schedule posts for that. And that service is like $9 a month, which honestly, that's kind of worth it for the chance of, it getting a little bit like extra attention to the videos from people who want to see them. And then obviously there's also, maybe not so much on Facebook and Instagram, but on Twitter to a certain extent, there is an element of a video could get retweeted, or like, because there are clips, they are shareable in and of themselves, and maybe that could get some new traffic to the videos as well, which would be very fun and interesting. So, Twitter, there we go. And as a result, I might actually start using Twitter a little bit more casually too, because obviously I don't want it to just be a wall of endless videos with links to my videos. I wanted to have a little bit more personality as well. So I'm probably going to install TweetDeck on my PC again and start using Twitter a little bit more. So long story short, if you want to keep up to date with the channel and uploads, there's a lot of different ways you can do that now. You can just do that through YouTube, you can take the risk. You can do that through Discord, which is just a fun place to hang out as well. You can follow me on Instagram and check out my stories. I opted not to go for posts, but rather stories, because otherwise, I don't know. I don't like the idea of having an entire like wall full of very short clips, which aren't going to be relevant like a year from now anyway, right? So, but you can also follow me on Facebook if that's your platform of choice, or Twitter and whatever. Funnily enough, I made that decision the same week I made the video where I call out Twitter as being a place where there's only angsty teenagers, so joke's on me, I suppose. Next episode we're going to have a slightly different team, and we're going to be taking on the 4th gym in the Sinnoh region. I don't know what level it's going to be. I think the Lucario, usually Lucario, obviously different Pokemon now, is going to be level 32, and there's probably going to be a little bit of a level increase as well from that. So I think my entire team is going to be level 32. Likely I will have replaced the empty spot on the team, and obviously I'll replace that one with something. And I'll probably also get rid of Probopass, and I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with that yet. Though I've done enough self-promotion, so I'm not going to ask you to like and subscribe. You've probably already like seen the animations anyway. And those animations actually seem to be working. Since I've started using those, a lot more people seem to subscribe to the channel. Like, legitimately, it works very well. For likes, I don't see a particular increase, but for subscriptions, I do. And that actually gets me to a interesting thing I might want to talk about more next episode. But at the moment, I'm growing a little bit more than I'm used to. I'm getting about 1 or a little over 1 subscriber a day now, and I'm posting 1 video a day. So eventually, and that is my goal for right now, I want to have more subscribers than videos. And that might seem like a really stupid goal, but I've got about 2,100 videos at this point, I think, almost. And I've almost, well, by the time this goes up, I should be past 1,550 subscribers. At the moment of recording this, I think I've got 1,537, I think. Maybe by the time I finish recording and go check, it'll be a little bit more. So probably around the time that I have like 2,500 videos, I'll also have about that many subscribers. If the current growth keeps up, if it's linear, if it ends up being like slightly exponential, that might be sooner. But that is my current goal, having more subscribers than videos, meaning that I want to get more than 1 subscriber a day, so eventually that goal will be reached. It's been a weird episode. We talked about economics, we talked about money, which is kind of the same thing, but then we ended up talking about self-promotion, YouTube goals, and social media. It's been a weird one. I'll see you back next time. Bye.